When I was in my teens and early 20s, I wish there was a video like this that I could have watched that just summarizes all the things that really simplify life and happiness and achieving the things that you want. Do you mind, Lodge? Oh, it's a very pretty dragonfly. Here I sit in picturesque Bali, where I wanted to be at the start of last year. But instead of following my intuition, my instincts to come here, I decided to stay in Australia where the cost of living is very high and continue to spend the money that I had saved and gotten paid out from a redundancy on looking for another job when ultimately what I want to do is this share these things that have improved my life greatly and hopefully help people who are, yes, younger than me live the kind of lives that they want sooner than I was able to help people prevent themselves from learning a lot of things the hard way, like I did, but also anyone who might be the same age as me or even older who are just ready to stop wasting time going about things the long way, the hard way, etc. So, the main thing that is really important for everyone to know is you are the common denominator in all of the experiences in your life. Now, that's not to say that it's your fault that you've gone through hardships. There is programming that was created, whether it was from childhood or past experiences, hardships, heartbreaks, traumas, that programmed you to protect yourself in ways that didn't serve you after that event. And have, in those instances, held you back from having what you want. But if you really want to experience a life that you love, you need to change your mindset to understanding that life isn't happening to you, it's coming from you. The other thing that's really important to know is that giving a shit what anyone else thinks is holding you back from a lot of the things that you want to experience and do in and with your life. And a lot of you might hear that and have heard that before, but as we get further along in this little list that I'm sharing with you, you will understand if you implement the things that I talk about that not giving a shit happens naturally when you address certain things within yourself. So, again, you're the common denominator in the experiences in your life. Life is coming from you, it's not happening to you. And a lot of times, the things that we care about other people thinking aren't even things that they're thinking. They're things that we're worried that they're thinking. And then we let those worries of what people could be thinking hold us back from doing what we want because we're concerned about being judged. We're concerned about being failures. We're concerned about not being liked. But funnily enough, a lot of the people that you're worried about not liking or accepting or cheering you on for the things that you want, or even for who you are going to be people who show up giving you support through those things. But you have to trust and believe in yourself before anyone else can. And you're seeing life through the lens of your past experiences, unless you can have the awareness to realize that and then choose to change the lens, the filter through which you're looking at your life. You can choose a different lens in every moment. So, choosing to take a step back, zoom out, take a breath before reacting or responding to something that's happening or something someone's saying or doing, and figuring out in that moment, is it really what is happening, or is it just the lens through which I'm looking at because something has made me feel the way I'm feeling at this moment before? There's a really good saying, if it's hysterical, it's historical. Now, the word hysterical kind of gives us the idea that it's an external reactiveness, but it can also be an internal reactiveness. So even if you're someone who in the moment doesn't necessarily lash out at something someone said or done from a very short fuse, if you're reacting internally with anxiety, that is still the same thing. It's still referring to the same thing. And when that happens, when you feel that anxiety come up because of something someone has said or done, unless you are physically being attacked, something is actually a threat to your physical body or survival, then it is generally something that has been programmed in you from a past event, and your reaction to what's happening in the now moment has nothing to do with what someone has said or done in this moment. It's actually just something that someone said or did or that you experienced in the past that has created a program to protect you from feeling the way you felt in that moment. And sometimes that means that you're reacting to things before they even happen. You're reminded of something that was before an event, how you felt before an event even happened that you felt hurt by in the past. And because our physiology treats emotional and mental pain the same way as physical pain, on a primal level, it doesn't know the difference. It tries to protect you from going anywhere near something that could possibly even make you feel that way. And it is your job to tell your physiology that you are safe so that you don't sabotage yourself in those ways. And this brings me to the next point, which is your mental state is influenced by your physical state and vice versa. So when your mental health is suffering, it wires your body to be in that state of anxiety and fight or flight or whatever survival mode you tend to go into. But also, if you are in a state of anxiety, that is going to create a negative feedback loop with your thoughts and keep you in that negative feedback loop of expecting the worst, experiencing the worst, confirming the worst for you, reinforcing those belief systems that things never go your way. And never, in terms of experiencing the things that you want, is not a word that you should have in your vocabulary, because then it closes off all possibilities of it ever happening for you. Maybe is the gateway drug to I am or I have. And just making that shift, you don't have to believe that you can have what you want just yet if all of this feels very uncomfortable for you to hear. But you can just open up the possibility by simply saying maybe or it could happen. And also, in terms of your mental and physical states, doing things that regulate your nervous system are going to help greatly with your mental health, even though it seems unrelated. Your nervous system includes your brain. So, a lot of people think of the nervous system as just the body, and neuroscience is the study of just the brain, but neuroscience is the study of the whole nervous system, which includes the brain. So when you address both the mindset as well as your physiology, you are helping your physiology to take on the new belief systems a lot more easily because it feels safe to do so. It doesn't feel as scary. When you're anxious, your body is in fight or flight, and it doesn't want to do anything differently because the things you've always done are what have kept you safe as far as your primal physiology is concerned. Speaking of your mental state, logic is limiting your potential. When you apply logic to being able to have experience or feel the things that you want, it really limits how those things can come about for you. To give an example, a lot of people think that the only way that they can come across a sum of money is to earn it. But what that can do that is quite limiting is it limits all the ways that money could come to you, and money can come to you in ways like discounts, inheritances, lotto wins, finding it in an envelope on the ground. That has literally happened to me actually a few times. That kind of happens when you grow up in the ghetto. And if you also think that the only way that you can make money or receive money, specifically receive money, is to make money through a job, through doing something to receive it, then that also puts pressure on that one way, creating resistance with that job or business. And people pick up on that energy. People can pick up on the desperation of you wanting them to purchase your products or services. And that is a very off putting energy. And using logic also means that you might ignore your intuition, your inspired action to go somewhere that you would just enjoy going because it doesn't seem like the logical link to the end goal that you're trying to achieve. And that inspired action was trying to steer you in line with crossing paths with someone that could help you out with the thing that you want to achieve, or that person that you want to feel something from: love, care, commitment, etc. And logic leads me nicely on to my next point. The more you feel the need to control how you get to experience things, the more you limit the ways that it can happen. Applying logic often leads us to believe that we have to do things that often require exerting effort in order to have the things that we want. But the best things in life come very easily. Sure, there's something to achieving something, feeling a sense of accomplishment for something that you've put hard work into. But if you were doing things that brought you joy and that are unrelated to the thing that you want, oftentimes you're going to cross paths with people, situations, inspiration, ideas that can help with that thing that you want to accomplish without you having to put as much effort into trying to conceptualize a way of making it work. Instead of trying to orchestrate a way of crossing paths with someone, you might just cross paths with them doing something that you enjoy that's completely unrelated to them. because you're following what actually makes you happy. And that brings me to my last point is the easiest way to experience the things that you want to feel now, which is ultimately why you want the things and experiences and situations that you're trying to achieve or receive in your life is to feel a certain way. You think those things are going to give you a certain feeling. The fastest way to experience that feeling is to give yourself that feeling now. When you are expecting everything outside of you to give you the things that you can already give to yourself, that not only creates more time between you and the thing that you want to experience, the feeling that you want to experience, it also perceptually makes it feel like it's taking longer because you're waiting on it to happen. And there are ways that already exist right in this moment, no matter how little money you have in your bank account, or how few friends you feel like you have in your life, or how far away you feel like love is romantically. There are ways that you can experience aspects of the feelings you want from those experiences with others and other tangible things now. Often we're using logic to equate making money in order to buy an experience or buy an item that we think will make us happy. But there are a lot of free things that you can do or cheap things that you can do that are under the umbrella of that bigger thing or thing that you are making bigger in your mind, building up to be bigger in your mind, that you're able to experience now. There are ways of experience love in your life that already exist now, even if you're wanting romantic love, friends and family, pets, or doing something for others like volunteering for a charity or a fundraiser. That is showing love, and that is therefore experiencing love. So, what you're doing when you give yourself the feeling that you're wanting to experience from that thing, personal situation now, is you are bringing it closer to you faster. When I started to take these things into account, and I'm by no means perfect at 38 years old at the time of making and posting this video, my life changed for the better exponentially. It's still a choice every day to again zoom out and step back and evaluate things sometimes. Sometimes those triggers or things that bring up unfavorable feelings, feelings that I don't want, or thoughts into my mind that I don't want. But I'm able to recognize that those things are not mine to keep unless I choose that they are. Your thoughts are not yours unless you claim them as yours. They are just telling you, your thoughts and feelings are just telling you, and your experiences at the moment are just telling you where your existing belief systems still lie or still most heavily weigh. And it's a daily choice to not claim the past that never served you or didn't serve you past a point, and to start claiming the possibility of things being different, because you are not the version of you that you were when you experienced those things. The fact that you're even watching this video says that. And funnily enough, me being in Bali right now is me taking responsibility for my own happiness in my own way, in one area of my life. Or who knows, maybe multiple areas of my life in a way that doesn't make logical sense that I'll find out in the 2 to 4 months that I'm here. But if you're new to my channel, hey legends, I'm Cerise. I'm your self-agency and manifestation mentor, and I help you decipher the nuances of the law of assumption and the law of attraction, because a lot of the information out there is very either overcomplicated or oversimplified. And I learned a lot of things the hard way, so you don't have to, because we're all about manifesting smarter, not harder on this channel. If you're interested in learning what I refer to as my manifestation cheat codes, which didn't start out as anything to do with manifestation, they just ended up making manifestation easier for me, which is how they became my cheat codes. You can watch my other videos and see if that's something that you'd be interested in. They just make the process of experiencing the life you want more easy, efficient, and enjoyable, because that is how we're meant to experience this life. If you like anything that I said in this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and or subscribe. It just helps push my videos out to more people. And if you want to comment below to help me with the algorithm, but you don't know what to comment, just put a sparkle emoji, because we're creating literal real world fucking magic on this channel. I'll see you in the next one.